The word for all of what we just experienced is wow. So we're doing something really unusual today. We're going to a really unusual place in Florida. I heard about this a couple weeks ago when I was talking to one of my friends, and I had never heard of it before. So when I heard about what it was, I said, we have to go do this.
Yeah, he's been excited about this for a while now.
I like egg adventures, like taking a castle.
And if you're just now joining us on Aiken Adventures, we're taking you to do all the best things and all the best places all around Florida. If you like that kind of content, then you're gonna wanna like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification icon as you follow us for all of our adventures around Florida. So what I want to know is, what do you expect that it's going to be like?
I don't know. I hope it actually looks like a castle.
Okay, Vivian, where are you?
We're going on a castle.
So I don't know anything about it. I've never seen pictures. I don't know any information. So I hope there's some like whimsical look to it. I hope it looks like a castle.
So the first thing is that we drove way out into the middle of nowhere, and because we were so far out in the middle of nowhere, I really didn't even think there would be anybody else here. But actually, there are pretty decent number of other cars parked around this parking lot.
There's
I
other
mean,
people here.
there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 other cars here other than our own. So I'm assuming that represents a few family units. That's kind of cool.
Not going to lie, the gate's a little creepy. See? It's just a little bit creepy. Hopefully the whole thing is not that way.
So this is always a disappointment for us on our YouTube channel, that we can't take any pictures inside. But I would think that based on like the amount of information that's available for this place on the internet, that you could take pictures outside. So that's what we're gonna do. Interesting. There's like a spectator area and then like stocked. I'm wondering if they ever lock people up. Wow, look at these. There are some cannons over here. That's crazy.
It looks like it's actually like a tin material. You can see behind me. Almost looks like tin foil. I definitely wasn't expecting that.
Also, this sign says that we have to go purchase tickets inside the boat. I was expecting a castle, but I wasn't expecting a boat. And there is a boat. I can see it from here. Okay, we're going inside the boat to purchase tickets. Up to the boat. Inside the boat. Do you see the boat? Look, there are cannons down here on the that are pointing out. This boat is armed and ready for battle.
Have a lot of spaces to eat. They have a little restaurant here, and there's a lot of seating inside, and also they have this whole patio out here that you can sit. You can see the boat, and then it leads to the gift shop.
One of the dining rooms for the restaurant is a building that looks like a lighthouse. We went inside the boat and bought our tickets, and the cash register where we bought our tickets is the same cash register they use for the restaurant. So we're kind of right in the middle of the restaurant buying the tickets. And by the way, just a tip that I looked up online that we were supposed to bring cash, but I forgot to do that. Thankfully though, they have an ATM that is located just beside of the gift shop. And so I was able to go over there and get the cash that we needed to purchase the tickets. The tickets that we're going to use came in the form of these little, oh, I have to pick that up. Came in the form of these little tokens and almost like domino things. But I'm getting a little help. Vivian's picking them up for me. And anyway, they told us that so once we have those, we can use those to indicate which tours we're taking. And then they told us that in just a few minutes, a group will gather in front of the boat and that then we can take our tour. So we're just waiting on our tour guide to be available. And in the meantime, we can walk around the gift shop and check that out.
The shop is filled with a lot of unique little trinkets.
I think the real story on this patio are these beautiful old live oak trees. They're so gorgeous and grand, and they sort of arch over the entire pathway. This one limb is propped up by a pole. The word for all of what we just experienced is wow. So that was pretty amazing, just how much stuff there is inside.
This place was absolutely nothing like I thought it was going to be. I thought it was just going to be a giant castle, like a real stone castle, and people just gave tours of it, and possibly there was a family that lived in it. But I was not prepared for how incredible this place is. All the detail and just the story behind it has been amazing to see.
We have since learned what the material is, what the house is made of. It's made from some sort of like aluminum that comes from the printing press of like newspapers. So this guy basically, if you know that, you start to understand sort of what kind of person he is, that he really kind of reclaimed and recycled lots of different kinds of materials. And he was an artist, and he made a lot of his artwork from just scraps of things that are laying around.
Basic things. But my favorite thing was the montages that he recreated out of pieces of wood. So for example, he did the piano man and the sax man and a whole bunch of different ones, but it was just incredible how much they actually looked like those paintings.
This place is like a giant dad joke, basically.
That's true. He incorporated humor into every single piece.
Everything was a pun. Like every piece of artwork was inspired by puns.
Yeah, for example, he created this giant lawnmower almost, and it suspends in the air. And I guess the pun with that one was, it's for cutting the high grass out in the back. It's just some little things, and the humor was just... It really was like dad humor.
Yeah, and I'm amazed that the tour guide could memorize all of that. It was amazing.
And I guess he left them a script of everything that he created. He wanted them to say exactly what he would have said.
At this point, we're sitting down for lunch because there is a cafe here, and we've ordered our lunch, and it's going to be on its way in just a moment.
All right, I got a roast beef sandwich, and it came with chips. And they had this side called spinach casserole. I don't think I've ever had that, but I'm interested in trying it.
I got the roasted chicken salad, but I asked for feta cheese instead of the blue cheese crumbles, so I'm pretty excited about this. It's gonna be good. So Vivian's favorite part is that the children's meal includes a serving of ice cream.
Ice cream.
What kind of ice cream?
Pink.
Can you say strawberry?
Strawberry.
All right, we're finished with lunch, but next we're gonna stop by the facilities before we see the second half of the tour. Howard's quirky sense of humor is even evident at the restrooms. So we're heading on to the second half of the tour, and they've explained it to us at the end of the tour of the castle, but I can't say that I fully comprehended everything.
There's a lot going on.
So, all I basically know at this point is that we have tokens to do the rest of stuff, and that we have to walk down this trail.
So we're following the red arrows.
Yes, and they told us what we're looking for on the other side, but that's the part I don't understand.
We're gonna find out.
Which I think is great, because basically the whole thing is a surprise. Oh cool, look at this. We found something.
This is interesting.
Yeah, apparently Howard saw the Alamo and he came back and built his own, but he called it something else because he couldn't just call it that. So that's one of the first places we are. And we weren't allowed to do any videos inside, as we told you before, but outside of the Alamo here, there is some artwork that is in the yard that's indicative of the kind of stuff that you find inside the castle. So kind of whets your appetite a little bit for when you come and visit. Like for example, it looks like that these deer are made from some kind of a tank on like steel rebar. And you can see that they have giant bolts for eyes. All of that was cool. We're still walking though, and we really still don't know where we're going or what we're looking for.
It's an adventure.
But there are red arrows that are pointing us to this direction. And I did hear someone else get instruction that they were going to go out to a field where there's a giant American flag and cows.
We've seen that.
And something about a metal building. So we're getting closer.
So now we're waiting for the second part of our tour. So it should be pretty exciting. What do you think it's about?
I think it's going to be more artwork.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Okay, so we were surprised again.
Yes, there's so many different things here. You just can't figure it out.
There was some artwork in the final tour.
But not what we were expecting.
Yeah, and not as many puns toward the end there either. But like there were like 13 vintage cars. Just incredible. They're from like I think the earliest one that I can remember from the tour is a 1916 Ford.
Yeah.
And they were some Model Ts, and some other cars from the 30s and 40s. So that was really incredible.
Evidently he was also a great businessman. Who knows?
Yeah.
And an artist.
Well, obviously he was a great businessman. He built something in the middle of nowhere that people are coming to, and we're making a YouTube video about it. And when you count the number of people in that room and think about how much each of us paid for tickets to go through and listen to this guy's puns, he found a way to do the things that he loved and monetized it. So
very smart.
Brilliant. And even just to add to that, one of the stories that was shared in the previous tour, or the final tour, was that when he moved to this area, he let all the surrounding farmers know that he would be willing to take their junk. So he took all of their junk. They would, in the early years, come and throw stuff over the gate. And every morning he would go and collect all of it. And that is what he
used that to make all of his artwork.
Yes. So
it's so crazy to think about.
Yep. It didn't cost him anything, and now it's all continually generating money. So that's amazing.
Hi, this is Anthony and Elena.
If you've enjoyed this video, then we invite you to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification icon as you follow us for all of our adventures around Florida.